Welcome to Back to Basics Live, our chat show with business owners on how they started, how they grew, and how they survived in their chosen field of expertise. Our guests for tonight is the group behind the local brand Woven. What started as a project to help get weavers in Basey, Samar back on their feet post-Yolanda in 2016 has now grown into a locally based social enterprise, providing livelihood to weavers and sewers not only in Basey, Samar, but also in Basilan and Benguet. Stay tuned because we will learn how Mr. John Francia, Miss Trish Lim, and Miss Audrey Trinidad have given back domestic and foreign recognition to a local artisan craft. All these coming up. Hi again. For those who do not know me, I'm Joseph Migrino, a practicing lawyer based in Ortigas Center in Pasig City. Apart from appearing in court, we also help business clients sort out their papers and requirements. With me, as always, is the lovely Jack Yu. Hi, Jack.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
How's everybody? Kamusta naman? Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Wednesday again.
Yeah, happy Wednesday. And good evening, everybody who's tuned in right now, who's watching us. So yes, my name is Jack, and for those who doesn't know me, I'm an artist, a host, and I own my own online retail brand called French Dolls. So yes, yun naman, you can find that on social media like Instagram, Facebook, and we also sell on Lazada, Shopee, and Zalora. So yes, and then yeah, yun naman. Kamusta everybody?
Yes,
of course, yeah, you can follow us on our socials, like our own personal, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So I have my own YouTube account called Good Vibes with Jack Yu. So iba namang contents doon, guys. So yeah, if you guys can follow us and add us, then yes.
Yeah, good.
Yan. Ayan
So we would
naman,
like to give
tonight.
a shout out to all those our live audience here tonight, and also those who are watching the replay in Facebook and YouTube. Please don't hesitate to put in your comments, whether during live or during replay, and we will definitely get in touch.
Okay.
So interesting ang guest natin ngayon, Jack.
Oo, I'm very interested with this topic because I like yung mga local products, local businesses, yung mga ganyan, diba? Especially yung outfit ko, nakikibagay ako because apparently tonight it's woven, everything like local, yung mga gawa ng mga taga-province, diba? Ng mga ganyan na nag-woven. So ngayon, nakiki-outfit ko nyari local. So yes.
So yun nga. So
iba yung outfit mo ata ngayon Parang usually kasi naka diba? Naka suit and tie. So ngayon medyo nakiki-millennial ka ngayon, medyo bata natin ngayon outfit. What is that?
I'm actually wearing a jacket from our NGO, the Claudio Tihanki Foundation. We are an NGO based in Ateneo Law School, and we help mga prisoners and indigents. So na-inspired din kami to wear this to promote our NGO, since our guests tonight actually work with NGOs, and parang that's how they started. So parang nakaka-inspire. So how you can make a business out of parang non-profit work.
Yes, ayun nga. That's inspiring actually. Hi Rockin. We have our first Rockin Cherub, diba? So yes, inspiring nga yung ganyan. Gusto ko yung mga ganyan, like people, businesses that helps our local, diba? Local community, local people, especially nowadays na maraming walang trabaho. Not just in Manila, but everywhere in the Philippines, actually in the world. So maganda yan na they're actually giving jobs to the local people.
Sige.
So yes.
Let's
ayan na, let's introduce them.
Sige. So our guests tonight is the group behind the local brand Woven, a social enterprise with altruistic and big dreams. Altruistic, nahihirapan ako sa choice of words. So John, Trish, and Audrey have breathed new life into our traditional handicraft of weaving and sewing while simultaneously alleviating the knowledge and income of the communities where their artisans are based. Woven's innovative designs mixed with traditional methods used to prepare weaved products has gotten international attention to the once dying art of weaving and sewing with locally available materials. So let's now hear how this group started, where they are now, and what are their plans for the future. But before that, we will show you a short clip of what they do. So check it out.
Doon sa probinsya, walang malalaking building. Dito lang namin nakita.
Naku, maraming excitement kasi nakakakita ka doon ng mga ulap. Ang dami kong picture sa ulap.
We want to make more money for the weavers, no? For the people who are actually making these products. Why? I'll tell you more about that. I'm John Francia, the co-founder of Woven Crafts. We want the weavers to teach their children and grandchildren how to carry on the tradition of weaving and embroidery. There in Samar, we're doing 10-day workshops, but here we thought, why don't we bring the weavers here to Manila and give them an opportunity to share this skill with students from here in the metro. Came in after Typhoon Yolanda. Grabe talaga. Naghihirap na yung mga tao doon, pero isipin nyo, naghihirap na sila to begin with, binagyo, lalong naghihirap. Medyo pababa na yung industriya na yan. Ikaw ba naman, 150 lang kinikita mo sa isang linggo? Maraming magagaling na weavers, pero ayaw na siya ipagpatuloy nung mga anak nila.
It's really very interesting that Woven has this kind of advocacy of helping the community.
Gusto ko na kahit papaano maibahagi ko naman sa ibang tao yung alam ko.
And there you have it. Here are our guests. Welcome to the show, John, Audrey, and Trish.
Yes,
Hello.
welcome guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Nakaka-move yung video nyo actually nung na-watch it
Oo.
earlier.
Nakakaiyak naman yan. Naiyak ako dun sa 150 a week. Parang wala kang mabibili mo doon. Alam mo yon, even the food, parang isang meal lang yan sa atin, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and John, batang-bata mo pa sa video na yon, or talagang
2 years ago na yun.
2 years ago. Parang you don't age at all. So sige, let's start now. Can you tell us what Woven is? What do you do in Woven?
Okay. Hi, thank you for having us. I am Trish. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Woven. So what Woven is it's a social enterprise, and we work with weaving communities around the Philippines to create modern lifestyle products. We really started with these products made out of banig, and we started with our community in Basay, Samar. Yan, yung nakita niyo din sa video, our banig weavers, our partner artisans in Samar. We started after Super Typhoon Yolanda, and it really began as more of a research activity for us kasi we're doing area development studies for ABS-CBN Lingkod Kapamilya, and we were looking for livelihood opportunities, assessing the damage caused by the Super Typhoon. And that's where we came across the weavers of banig, yung mga banig weavers. I think John can tell you more about them as he stayed there for a year as a volunteer also.
Wow,
John.
a year.
1 year,
Yeah.
no?
So, like I said in the video, we found out na it's actually a pretty sizable industry doon sa Basay, yung paggawa ng banig. And sa buong Pilipinas, actually, they're one of the largest producers of these banig mats. Pero unfortunately, like I said, maliit lang yung kinikita nila sa isang linggo, no? When we were there initially back in 2014, ayun nga, mga 150 per week lang talaga yung income ng weavers, no? of course, this is additional income. They do farming, fishing, so supplementary lang to lahat. Pero it was so small that the weavers didn't want their children to continue the craft. Kasi ano ba naman nga mabibili mo sa 150, di ba? Parang ads ng Cornetto.
Tama.
So ayun, we thought that, well, there was something that we had to do, no? So fortunately, we had the backing, like Trish said, of the ABS-CBN Foundation with the help of Miss Gina Lopez. They were able to allot some of the funds that they raised from yung relief efforts nila. And that's what we use to organize the women, sort of provide training, initial capital, mga sewing machines and other assets that they needed so that parang hindi na lang sila magiging weavers, no? Parang magiging medyo entrepreneurial na rin sila. Nung may konting mas control sila over the industry. Ayun.
So John, John, can I ask, what were you doing there for a year?
Yeah. So after we did the study and after we were able to raise that amount from ABS-CBN, parang I decided na parang hindi enough for me to just, do the research work and then tapos na. So I joined yung Jesuit volunteer program. So fortunately, dun din ako na-assign kung where we did the research. Ayun, and parang sinabi ko na rin I offered my services rin to ABS-CBN Foundation. Total, you're providing the funding. Ako na rin yung kunin din yung implementer tsaka organizer for just for a very small amount. Allowance lang. Walang sa
It's really NGO work.
Yeah.
NGO work siya.
Buti na lang pag sa province, no, medyo at least small lang yung cost of living. Imagine if you're living off from allowance, di ba?
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
You have to pay.
You're just living off 5,000 a month, and that was medyo mayaman ka na doon. Pag may 5,000 ka sa isang buwan.
Pero hindi na naman kasama yung mga food mo doon sa 5,000, no? Kumbaga, hiwalay na yon, like the food and
kasama
shelter
na,
and all.
Kasama
Kasama na doon?
Oo.
Grabe naman yun.
Yung rent ko, 1,500 lang. Tapos yung food ko, mga mga 1,000.
Tagtipid.
Yeah. Sige, let's move on. So how did you three start working together? No, kasi I think we are from different backgrounds. So how did you meet? How did you start collaborating with this idea?
When John got back, at the time we were all doing different things. Nga. I was working as an editor. Audrey was in marketing also. But Odds and I were already together in an ad agency before. That's where we met. So when John came back, he was talking about these banig weavers and what we can do as a social enterprise. And so we got together and thought, okay, let's set it up. Let's set up Woven as a way to continue the work that he had already done, that the organization had already done. Kasi ang usual problems naman ng crafts communities natin is the access to market, the product development, how to build a brand out of it, how to talk to customers, everything to do with the business side of it. So, we got in touch kami ni Odds, diba? If you do you still remember how we contacted you, diba?
Yeah, it was funny kasi at that time I was already working. I work in a healthcare brand. And what happened was they told me, oh, you're interested or you're familiar with some of yung mga banig that come from Samar. And I said, yes, of course. But then what do you need me for? And they were saying, it's really just, we need someone to help us sell. Kasi nga, people don't want to create more products kasi they didn't feel like there was a market for it anymore. So yung perception ng mga nag-weave is that, kanino pa namin ibebenta to? At ano ba yung dapat namin ibenta? And that's one of the reasons why we had to think very, for a long time actually, about what product should we offer first. Kasi syempre, yung traditional route mo is that, uy, gumagawa na sila ng bag, gumagawa na sila ng banig mat, yun na, let's run with that. But in this case, due to the work that John had already put in, dahil nakita niya na kung ano yung capacity ng weavers, ano pa ba yung pwede? And it was funny kasi because of his own use, siya kasi, he was doing the implementation work. He felt na, alam mo, kailangan ko ng laptop case. It was a
Yeah.
personal gift.
And then John would message me. Tapos ako, sige, do this color combo. Tapos ida-drawing ko lang with Sharpie. Ganun. Tapos scan ko, send ko sa kanya. And then he was there, so it was easy to execute.
So how do you divide the work among you three?
Well, right now kasi it's I'm the one who's full-time, so I run the day-to-day operations. I have also a team. Shout out to sila Chelsea and Atining there, who do the yung digital, the website, and also the operations, yung logistics. John and Odd, since they also have their own full-time work, are there as consultants. So, but we meet as a team almost as much as we can, siguro weekly or monthly at least, so that we can discuss the managerial, yung top line decisions. So it's really parang especially now through messaging, like what do you think of this design, or let's discuss this campaign for digital. So it's very naman fluid in that way. But kami ni Odds are marketing, John is yung community and finance, and then overall yan yung day-to-day ako.
So with Woven, what are your products? Like I believe you guys have women's and men's line, right? So not just bags and banig. So what are your complete products that you sell for your brand?
Our flagship products are really yung laptop sleeves, kasi nga yung thinking behind that is how do we take this traditional product that's usually turned into yung mga tote bags lang or very limited range of products. And it's something that the younger market, will get excited about, especially now in the love local diba trend. So yeah, we made them into laptop sleeves.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There, yeah.
Ayan. Show them the samples, yung mga design.
It's very colorful. We also have
Very
muted
trendy.
tones, but right now, we also have the envelope type, yung liham, for yung mga naghahanap ng something more formal or corporate.
Teka,
there you go.
ito si Audrey.
John also has your, ayan.
Yeah.
John showed the all black one.
Yeah.
Ito, si John naman.
Then you
Ayan,
have
for men, guys. Ayan naman yung for men. Oo. So, hindi lang for women na colorful, guys. If you looking for mga local na ganyan, meron din sila.
Pero
Okay.
Jack, yung mga guys naman, gusto rin naman colorful minsan.
Yeah.
Actually, oo. Kasi very tribal, diba? And then, hindi lang
maganda.
naman yung very
Yung pattern
tribal.
niya, no? Maganda yung pattern.
Yeah.
So
And
kung
it's
gusto mo
really
medyo gothic ka, parang black. Parang plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yung kanina, what is that? Is that a wallet? Yung kay Audrey? Is that what is that? Is that a purse or wallet?
It's a
smart
wallet with our with our wristlet also. So some people they use it for their wallet. Other people they put their phone.
Phone.
So kasha
Yeah.
kasi siya.
So what are
nice.
the materials used to make that?
This
It's
one
made
is
from, ayan, go.
banig. It's banig, and then this is locally sourced leather. So leather, and then inside we just put a lining. So let's say you're putting your phone inside, may padding na rin siya, and it has card.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Our laptop sleeves are made from tikog. Yan yung dried grass that grows in Samar. And that's what they used to weave. Tapos it's embroidered with dyed buri strips. So if you saw in the video, di ba parang when you weave mo na siya, and then meron silang long flat needle, and then they embroider it. But in different parts of the Philippines, iba-iba yung way of weaving banig. And then
And how
we
many
also have, sorry.
You have, go ahead.
Oh, we're also working with mga ngayon, yung fabrics na hand woven fabrics, like yung mga backstrap loom and upright loom weaving in Benguet and also in Basilan.
Yun nga, yun nga
Nice.
sinasabi ko parang whole Philippines, parang sa Benguet from north, Basilan sa south, tapos sa east sa Samar. So it's you're traveling, and who's traveling to those communities?
Iba-iba kami ni John. Yeah, so si John also travels for his work kasi as part of the NGO, and then I also like to travel around the Philippines. Some of them I met like kunwari when I was just doing leisurely travel, or yun nga yung going to these far-flung places, or also for research, for yung mga case study writing. And then later on, parang nagde-develop na lang ng relationship na, maybe we can do this together. Tapos willing naman yung artisans.
Yeah, why not, diba? Especially from the province, mga Benguet, ang lalayo. I'm so actually surprised na yung when John was mentioning na 150 a week na kung nawala masyadong businesses na they're doing. I would expect na, diba, kumbaga a lot of like business owners would get them kasi nga mura lang yung like services nila, diba? Na to make for their business na talagang thriving na non-stop. I'm surprised na medyo wala silang work, kulang, diba?
That's the problem. That was the problem, or still sort of the problem. To make the mat kasi it takes 1 week. May mga businesses doon who buy the mats and then make the finished products. Kasi it's these companies who are actually, well, small businesses rin sila, pero it's these businesses that actually make majority of the profit, no? Kasi when the weaver makes the banig mat, ang income niya doon, yung net niya is 150 pesos. Pero yung bumibili ng mat, mako-convert niya yung banig product na yun into several bags. And each bag can be sold for as high as 1,000 pesos. So parang, doon mo nakikita yung parang disparity, no? Yung gumagawa ng bag, they can earn like mga 3,000 to 5,000 pesos per mat versus yung weaver na 150 lang yung net income niya. So nandun lang nagaling yung problem actually.
So how has Woven addressed that problem that you mentioned? How did you address that?
What we wanted to do was to help the women be more than just weavers, no? We wanted to move them up yung value chain. So from weaving to embroidery to sewing and doing the finished products mismo, up to marketing the products themselves. So in that way, parang imbes na yung income na pupunta dun sa mga few businessmen and women dun sa Basay, it would actually go to the weaving communities themselves. So hindi na lang 150 yung kinikita nila per mat, nakaka 500, nakaka 1,000 na sila per mat. Parang nagiging ganun yung taas.
I think one of the things that changed over the course of the few years that we've been working with them is that nare-recognize na rin nila yung value of the craft itself. Kasi when it started, by the time that Yolanda hit, there was parang pababa ng industry because why would you go into mat weaving if you don't earn and you don't feel appreciated for the craft itself? So in this way, now they're able to weave the actual materials, and because they've learned how to create the finished good. So in this case, we don't take the badig mat and then have it brought to Manila where we create the actual laptop sleeves. Sa Samar pa lang, nagagawa na yung actual sleeve in whole. So the full value would have a regular business person would have sent to like a middleman or a smaller business. Diretso na siya sa community. And that kind of income, kasi it trickles down to their families, it trickles down to the communities themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Ayan, we have a question from Rockin Cherub. How's the business coping up with the pandemic?
Yeah, that's our next question.
The pandemic kasi ang hirap din with the traveling, no? Of like parang sending the products. How is that?
Yeah. So
is it
like
thriving or ano?
Like most businesses, I think we really took a hit in terms of sales. Of course, during the first weeks of the pandemic, of yung lockdown, nag-regroup kami and we tried to assess first what are the things that we have or what are the things that we can control. So one of those things are, of course, yung relationship with the team and also relationship with the artisans. We kept our production going because, of course, doon nakaasa yung livelihood ng mga weavers namin. We also did a project called Bahay Kubo project. We just finished it actually last month where we provide farming kits. We tied our purchases and we also raised funds for the farming kits for our artisans so that they can grow their backyard gardens. Kasi yung nakita naman namin na problem nila long term, mid to long term is really access to essential goods like food, yan, yung mga basic goods. So that's something we did, and that's relationship building also, and trying to do something with what we currently have. We're still doing product development with our new communities, kung sa Benguet, kinakamusta rin namin sa Basilan. We've been doing a lot of digital sales. So kasi before COVID, we were doing both B2B and B2C. But since now, syempre, yung mga corporate buyers are also taking the hit. Of course, nagtitrickle down yun sa amin. So it's constant reinvention. Parang sabi nga namin, we have to always reframe. Like, okay, follow the trend yun. Ano yung maraming resellers, for example, or maraming interested to collaborate on designs. So now we're really opening up ourselves. We recently moved to a new office to do a production, to set up our production and innovation hub, because we know that's where the future really is like keeping ourselves busy with innovating and also thinking of design work. Yeah, but undeniably, mahirap talaga this pandemic. But we really tried to build the relationship with our weavers, within ourselves, and also with our customers. So maraming mas malakas kami mag-engage with our customers ngayon.
Oh, that's good. Oo nga, kasi you guys do the collab brand, diba? Like with the B2B, like the collaboration, your designs, their designs, or from brand to brand, your brand and their brand, o diba?
Yeah.
Mali mo, we can do something also collab with French dolls. Diba? Let's do that. Naka-outfit na nga ako. Ay, gawin natin tong idea na to with a bag, you know? So, why not? Ayan. Why not? Let's do this.
So what are your collaboration ideas? You mentioned earlier that you had B2B, business to business, no? So ano yung usual yung ginagawa business to business before you had that problem? Yung ngayon nga, everyone had the problem now.
We used to have like they'd look at our catalog and see a particular pattern. Tapos, can you do it in our brand colors? Or salpak lang natin yung logo namin dyan. So that was easy, diba? So, and we also did one with, last year with a Singaporean company, yung Charles and Keith, which was like a really big thing for us. And it was for their international women's campaign. And they were really intent on partnering with with women workers or women artisans. So they even went to Samar. They shot some videos. They interviewed us. Tapos they sent us their designs and we executed it, implemented it, and they co-branded it with us. So we were very lucky also.
Nice. Congratulations, guys. Yeah, they're big.
Yeah.
But Odds was talking about nga yung isang diba, corporate giveaway natin na yung
Well, I think one experience that we have, kasi kunyari, alam naman natin when it comes to corporate giveaways, if you're a corporation, you have a big enough volume, you want to be able to leverage yung size mo to get a good price and a good quantity for the product. Yung nangyari kasi sa amin is that they found the product and they thought, alam mo, maganda to, we want to have this done. But of course, in any market, meron kang competitors. And the competitors were also basically saying na hindi, we can do the same kind of product. We can do it, maybe faster than them or better quality. So as the client, syempre, isipin nila, well, let's try both. Let's see, let's compare, and then let's run with whatever works. In our case, we felt that doon nanggagaling yung strength ng production namin and the relationship with the community. Because they found that although they provided the pattern, the same pattern that was given to us to execute, they could not come up with a level of quality as well as yung timeliness and even yung focus on customer service to them as the client. So that's the value we're bringing siguro to the table when it comes to being the business and running it very professionally. Kasi alam naman namin yung needs ng corporations eh. We're just trying to fill it and at the same time make sure na a chunk of the value, a bulk of the proceeds really goes back to the women that are actually creating the products.
Nice.
That's true. Di mo kasi alam yun kung mga ibang mga business owners na ganyan din, if they're really giving back to the community or talagang profit lahat sa kanila, di ba? And plus, yes, the quality, especially with the local ones, kasi I like buying those mga handmade purses o ganyan. Sometimes makikita mo talaga yung quality, yung iba, it's really ang pangit, di ba? And then the other ones is just really, di ba? Makita mo eh. So, that's why. And you guys have been in the business since when? 2017?
Yeah.
But we 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
in terms of...
Ask ko lang, no, what are the challenges of being in a social enterprise for those who want to go into a social enterprise? I think we've seen several social enterprises na medyo lumaki ngayon, like I think yung Human Heart Nature, so what are the challenges na if a person wants to go into that enterprise?
Okay. Well, there's a lot. Go, John. I have a lot to say.
For sure.
So, ikaw na lang.
Yung top na lang, yung top concerns nyo.
Mukhang lahat may gusto sabihin eh. Pwede namang isa-isa, guys. So, alam mo yung mga sakit ng ulo nyo, like, I don't know, ilabas nyo na.
Marami talagang sakit ng ulo. Kasi yun nga, aside from worrying about, yung bottom line, yung top line mo, yung revenues, yung bottom line, yung cash flow mo, you're also worrying about yung communities mo. In the sense na, ayun nga, iniisip namin, nakakakain ba sila? Enough ba yung kinikita nila? Enough ba yung assistance na nabibigay namin sa kanila? Or are we ending up like, just a regular business? Parang, do we even deserve to call ourselves a social enterprise? So we're very conscious of that, no? Siyempre, first of all, we worry about profitability kasi, without that, hindi kami makaka-operate. Pero aside from that, parang half of our attention is really directed towards yung profitability naman ng community. Kasi if it's just us making a profit and the community parang naiiwan lang siya, parang walang point for us.
I agree.
Yeah. So it's really balancing the social and the business side because you can lean towards one and then, while you're doing it already, nakakalimutan ko na yung isang side. So it's putting the same amount of detail and attention, like what we would do for our business, yung mga how we measure our impact, how we measure what we're doing for the community. Kailangan ganun rin kami kabusise, also, and then on top of that, it's relationship building, as I said a while ago. Checking in and making sure that they're okay, that their needs are met, and that they can talk to us.
Yeah, speaking of which, Trish and John and Audrey, so na-experience nyo na ba na yung community member nyo is parang nagreklamo sa inyo na they're not getting enough?
That happens naman. Siyempre, may mga personality rin yung mga artisans. Meron yung
for sure.
Happy.
Tinutulungan mo na nga, ikaw pa yung masama. Diba? Parang gano'n.
Oo. Siyempre, may mga pasaway dyan. Hindi lahat mababait. Okay.
Na ito, malakas sila machismis talaga sila. So, maraming chismisan nangyayari sa community. Pero we think that's part of it. And we welcome that. We always tell them, basta kung may issue kayo, kung may problem kayo, parang feel free to air it out. Kasi we'd rather that we know so that we can address it naman. And so we appreciate it naman when they air out their concerns. Like if they feel na masyado maliit pinabayad namin, it's better that we know rather than they talk behind our backs, diba? So sabihin na nila. Then we can do something about it.
At saka yun yung kagandahan ng John stay there for a year na parang wala pa yung Woven at the time. So, they know him. At saka si John as a person is very frank. So, kung kunwari, a certain product is, like, kunwari, hindi maganda, sasabihin niya talaga. Pero sasabihin naman why.
Kaya pala apelido mo, ganyan John Franke. Francia Franke. Frank, nagbabagay nga sa'yo, diba? Kala mo mabait pero hindi naman dapat yan
concern. Sabi ko, sino ba sasabihin mo yun? Pero like, since yun nga, sanay na sila, kilala na nila si John, it became easier. Especially ako, nung pumasok na rin ako, outsider pa rin ako essentially. But yun nga, yun yung nandyan si John to introduce me and nandun kami everyday. May impact yun nakikita nila.
I think one of the things kasi that communities are afraid of minsan. Na kunyari, any area that's hit by a typhoon, a lot of aid comes in, and then maybe a month or two later, the aid leaves. So parang may buhos, tapos bigla ang drought. Yun yung, doon ang gagaling hesitation ng community. In this case, because not only did they experience John for a year, they see that parang year in, year out. Oo, di ba?
Na-experience ka pa na lang nila dyan. Oh.
Yeah. So I think it was a lot of just cultivating the relationship, and I credit John a lot for being able to create those relationships strong enough. Na even as we were brought in slowly, parang when we spent like a Christmas celebration with them kasi last year, and syempre that was a time for us to kind of come together and to see how they were doing, and to create that sense of community across the barangays we were working with. So in a way, they could see that we had skin in the game. Kumbaga, we weren't just talking about helping, we were doing it. And we were coming to see them regularly. So I think
yun, yung sa weavers namin sa Basilan. I met them in a bazaar actually for OVP na bazaar. And then a year later, I went there sa Basilan to see them, to interview and FGD. And then right before the pandemic naman, I was in Benguet. Nakakatawa pa yun kasi na-sprain yung ankle ko. So, buong day, nasa weaving center lang talaga ako. Nag-usap kami, nagkakape kami. And it was a blessing in disguise kasi, okay, I get to spend all this time just talking, listening, and, relating to them. So, I like that part. We like that part of it.
Yeah, naging alajan ka na. Baka 1 year ka na rin doon.
Si Trish yun, ako never pa ako nakapuntang Basilan. Sabi kasi nila sa akin, parang maputi daw ako, baka makidnap eh.
Maputi ka na ba niyan? Ikaw na nga ito pinakamaitim dito sa ating 5 eh. Paano pa kami?
Kaya si Trish mas maputi, pumunta siya doon, di ba? So, initially, pumunta siya doon, medyo takot kami, no? Kasi notorious talaga ang kidnapping doon. Pero I think the community appreciated the fact na pumunta si Trish doon sa malayong, medyo liblib nilang lugar, na may marami pang army, maraming civilian armed guards, yung mga ganun. So, na-appreciate nila, yun nga, like Odds was saying, the physical presence, the fact na pinupuntahan talaga namin sila. Totoo naman sila.
John, question lang, no? Are you wearing a woven shirt? Ano ba yan?
Yeah.
Yan, there.
Yeah.
Para may merchandise. Nice.
Pero this is just our company shirt, uniform.
Okay.
Nice.
Sige, so what are your plans for the future for Woven?
So right now, planning is hard because everything is uncertain, but yung nagpe-pivot kami or we're reframing. So we're looking at outside of the country now kasi we started talaga na everyone was saying ay pang-export yung product nyo, but then we started selling here tapos nasa sold out. So sabi namin may naman local market. But now ang dami nang nag-ask, do you sell in this country, do you sell here? So we're opening ourselves up to that. We're open to more collaborations, designs, kasi it's really what the weavers need, our artisans need, yung design development, product development. We're looking to build also our online, our website, our Facebook and Instagram pages, so that we can connect with more audiences and, spread the word about these communities. We're also doing more trainings. Well, ngayon yung face-to-face trainings, hindi pa siya possible. But we're looking at expanding talaga to more weaving communities in the future. And hopefully, by next year, we can do more, ulit, yung mga fieldwork na may miss na namin yung mga fieldwork.
Yeah, nakakamiss talaga, diba? But for now, when people shop, paano yan? They go to your website or they go to your social media or wala pang social media ang Woven or meron na?
No, we do have. So our website is www.woven.ph. Instagram is @woven.ph and Facebook is also @woven.ph. O, diba? Pinadali na namin.
So, yun ang pinakamabilis, diba?
So, yan.
And then you guys don't have a physical store or you have, in the mall ba, may mga kiosk ba kayo or just purely online?
We have still with Go Local, so in Robinson's Ermita, and then we're setting up in Robinson's Galleria this weekend. Tapos yun so far. We're still exploring other retail.
Uptown sa BGC, sa pop-up doon. Tapos we used to sell in souvenir stores sa Siargao tsaka sa El Nido. Kaso yun nga, dahil sa pandemic, medyo nag-close down na muna sila.
So yung Go Local, that's ano ba yan? Like kunyari a store or that's like a pop-up store? O ano siya? Parang permanent store?
Permanent store siya outside of Robinson's department store. It's by DTI. So maraming other local products there.
Guys.
That's how you can see like yung government intervention. So any support that we can receive from government when it comes to like exposure for the brand or being able to introduce us to other buyers, they feel like would appreciate the products. For example, something like the DFA. Sasabihin nila, oh, you know what, we need products. We're bringing them out. We're giving it to certain embassies or as gifts. Those things matter to us kasi it also is an indication that they like the quality of the work and they feel that it's representative of the Philippines.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. At least you get the support of the government, no?
Yeah. That's actually, I guess, one of the few benefits of being a social enterprise. Parang government is more willing to buy from you, to support you. Hindi lang government, pati mga private sector foundations. And even yung corporations, parang part of the reason why they buy from us is kasi parang they like that there's a story and there's a community behind it. And parang that's something that they can tell the people they're giving their products to na ito handmade, katulong sa community.
Yeah, may meaning. It's not just a regular souvenir na, okay, umbrella, corporate na mga ganito, or mug, forever mug. Alam mo yun, punong-puno na nga ng mga giveaway na mug, or keychain, yung mga gano'n na, alam mo yun, at least, walang kwenta. So, at least ito, ay, sorry, baka may mga nagbigay sa akin ng mga mug na, may mga, nandiyan pa rin naman, guys, nakatago pa rin dyan. But, punong-puno na ako ng mug, tsaka umbrella, mga giveaway.
May mga nag-check na ng listahan nila.
Yung mga ganyan, di ba? Punong-puno na ako ng umbrella, iba-ibang color. So, wag na. At least yung mga ganyan, at least merong natutulong sa community, which is good, right?
Meron tayong comment from Veronica, our guest before from the podcast, yung podcast guest namin before.
Oh, yeah, ANC.
Na-feature daw kayo sa ANC's Green Living.
Yes.
Hello,
Paolo. Yeah.
When was this? Kailan kayo na-feature?
Recent lang yata yung Trish sa Green Living. Or
yeah.
2 years ago.
Early this year, maybe?
That was in Roots pa ata eh.
Yeah.
Pero I think it was twice, like once for Roots and then the second time also just for Woven itself.
Yeah.
I
remember
Veronica. Si David in the house again. David Yapdesena. Woven is super cool. Definitely recommended that to my friends and family. Ayan, diba? May isa pa kayong
Si Nicole De Leon.
Awesome product from Nicole. Ayan pala, ang daming fans ng Woven, diba? So, at least, people are aware sa your brand. That's good.
Yeah, guys, if you check out their website, very maganda yung pictures, ang ganda na layout ng kanilang website. And nandun na kagad, there's the price, no? May price list na kayo doon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Tapos, I'll try to share nga kung ano bang maging itsura nitong dali lang Chrome there.
Ayan.
Yeah, our pictures are shot by Gabby De Guzman. Hello.
Ayan, ang ganda naman yan. I like that, the brown and the classic one. Parang that's classic, yeah.
You have Liham, Lingkat, Abre, Maya, Hapag. That's iba-ibang iba't ibang Liham for parang purse.
Parang envelope.
It's envelope type.
Yeah.
The Lingkat is the combination of the yakan, yung from Basilan, and the basay, yung banig.
Yeah.
So, madami.
Hapag yan yung mga yakan.
Yeah. And then you'll notice that's more for the home. So for people that, let's say, they want to make their food IG worthy. Gusto kasi nilang parang magandang place setting. So the hapag
yes.
very useful for them.
Yeah. Pag IG nga, tama, pang social media. Yeah, tama.
Yes, and I like the choices of yung mga words ng mga names na nilagay nyo per album. It's really nice, no? Like the deep Tagalog natin.
All right. So final pitch siguro, guys, no? So where can they reach you and how can they get your products?
Yeah, how can they shop for your products? Ayan.
So follow us on Instagram and Facebook at woven.ph, and also visit our website at woven.ph. Very easy to remember. Feel free to drop us a message. We reply to your IG, mga slide into our DMs or
Slide. At least slide into DMs, hindi yung PM is the key, di ba? Huwag na yun.
Or corporate
That's a
buyers.
proper word, guys. Yeah, slide into our DMs. Ganyan dapat. Nakakainis yung PM is the key. Nakakasawsawa na ako sa kakakita nun eh. That's a proper word. Next time, when you're gonna sell, that's how you say it. Slide it.
Yeah. And then for interested resellers or corporate buyers, you can email us at hello@woven.ph.
All right.
Ayan guys, nagre-resell sila. So anybody who's looking for businesses ngayong COVID season, yan, they can you can resell their products as well.
Okay. So Audrey, John, Trish, thank you very much for for guesting for our tonight's episode. And we learned a lot about social enterprises. Sobrang hirap pala niyan, and congrats so far na you've been surviving with that.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks guys for guesting. And thank you for helping the community and doing this business, because we know that you're doing good in the community and helping other people who's struggling as well, diba? Hindi lang tayo, and more of them. So thank you guys for doing that. You guys are bravo.
And then
thank you for having us.
And of course, all the attention also goes to our partner artisans, kasi they're the ones who make our products. So yan, yung shout out to our partner weavers in sa Ate Beth, Ate Arlene, everyone.
Ayan, Ate Beth.
Yeah, they're doing such an excellent job, and we're happy to partner with them.
Kasi kung wala sila, wala kami, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So
Thank you
ating
again
mga viewers, guys, so support them, please, Woven. So at least you can, when you shop with a purpose, and you give, you give back to the community also. So yan na guys, support them, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Ganda. Get on.
So there you go.
Ayan.
Grabe,
Ayan naman.
Inspiring from the video up to their parang conversation, inspiring na kanilang ginagawa.
I know. I love those kind of products and businesses na talagang there's a purpose, there's a meaning behind it, and nakakatulong din sila sa other people, especially to the people sa provinces na talagang hirap na hirap sila when it comes to the mga livelihood na ganyan. So yeah, I love that. We should feature more businesses na ganyan din, no? Like
especially
the ones
pioneer
who
community niya na because parang affected by Yolanda. So it's really good that they've been given, parang they're giving back to their community na para to get them back to their feet since 2016.
Yeah, exactly. And especially until now, I'm pretty sure na ngayong pandemic, it's double. Kumbaga kung tayo nga na taga Manila hirap na hirap. Ngayon for sure, it's like double what they're experiencing, no? So yeah, guys, please support them.
Woven.ph. So that's all the time we have. We are finalizing our guest for next week. Maybe we are going to speak to either a travel agency, no? Ito yung parang talagang nawala ng business ngayon, or a clothing company run by a husband and wife duo. So we're finalizing it, and we'll keep you updated.
Yes. So
guys. So thank you again for watching our episode 11 of Back to Basics. We hope you have learned some tips and ideas on how to start your own business should you want to do so. So how can they reach us? Again?
How can they what? Sorry?
Reach us. How can they reach us?
Oh yeah. So with mine, well, follow us on Mint TV and my personal page, Jack U, and Instagram, Jack_U, Twitter. May TikTok na rin ako. So Jack_U. But nakikimillennial. But anyway, and then I have my own YouTube channel. It's called Good Vibes with Jack U. So you can see other videos there and other contents na I do. So yes, follow us there. And then French Dolls also, please follow my brand. It's a women's wear. So I have it on Instagram, Facebook, Zalora, Lazada, and Shopee. So French Dolls. Support. Local din yan, guys. Local yan lahat. So it's French Dolls. So yeah, woven din naman, di ba? It's knitted pala. Knitted ang tawag dyan, Joseph. So yes. Okay. Yeah, Joseph?
Okay. Yeah, so thank you again. I'm Joseph and I'm with Miss Jack Yu. And thank you again for watching Back to Basics, and we'll see you next week.